So I'm just gonna record you,
Okay.
and I'll maybe show it to you later.
I,
I'll just to write it down. I won't show it to the class because that will be too maybe long enough.
okay.
Okay. So the first question is: do you participate annually in the Boston Marathon?
I do. I participate not every year, but I've done it about 15 or 16 times. So the last 4 or 5 years I've been there consistently.
And what motivates you to go?
To run the Boston Marathon because it's one of the oldest marathons in the country. It is the oldest marathon in the country, and it's sort of like the Olympic marathon for the regular runner because you have to qualify in order to run there. So it's not like a marathon that anyone could enter. You have to run a certain time in order to run in the Boston Marathon.
So it's a challenge for you?
Yeah, it's a challenge. And Boston is a wonderful city. And the citizens of the whole area, not just the city of Boston, but all the cities along the way, come out and really support the race. So it's a lot of fun because people are there cheering you the whole way. And
Yeah.
it's just an exciting race.
After the bombing that occurred this year, in this year's marathon, will you participate in it next year?
I will. I mean, I think if you decide not to go back, then the terrorists have won. So I think it's important for people to show that, we're not going to be, held back by something like this. And I will definitely go back next year.
So where were you? Were you near the finish line when this happened?
I was. I had actually finished just a few minutes before the explosions, and I was in the finish chute area. Once you cross the finish line, there's a large area where you get, water and food and your medal. And I was there talking to a couple women that I had finished with, and we were probably maybe not even 100 yards past the finish line when we heard the explosion.
Did you do it by yourself?
The marathon? I did, yeah. My husband was there watching, but he did not run.
He didn't get hurt
So
at all?
he was going to meet me at the finish.
So he's fine, right?
He's fine. He was not at the finish line when I crossed it.
That was the worst because people were. I feel so bad.
I know there were no runners who were actually hurt. It was all the spectators on the sidewalk, because they had, the backpack was on the sidewalk, and the explosion really hurt the spectators and killed some of the spectators, as you know.
You didn't know anybody that was hurt?
No. Thank goodness that, my husband wasn't there at the finish area. But it was, I did hear the big explosion and looked around and oh my gosh.
Was he with you when it happened?
No, he was actually not there yet. He was stuck on their transportation. It's called the T, and it's like a trolley. So I had just texted him to tell him I finished, and he said, "Oh, I'm still on the T. I'll see you there shortly." And then the explosion happened, and then the T was shut down, and he had to get off about 2 miles away. He had to walk.
Because we talked to the student that his aunt does it all the time, and she was already leaving because she didn't want her to stay, and she thought it was an earthquake.
I thought it was a sonic boom. I don't know, like when planes break the sound barrier, there's a big boom. That's what it sounded like to me. But then I turned around, because I was facing the opposite way. And when I turned around and saw the smoke, I thought, are they shooting off a cannon? I mean, you don't think it's a bomb. You try to think of whatever else it could be.
So what was your immediate reaction when you heard it?
Like I said, I thought it was something else. But then when the second one went off, then I knew. Then everybody who was standing around me said, this isn't good. And then we just started walking away. And I couldn't see what had happened on the other side.
Were you able to look at the people that were hurt?
No, because we were already past that. Then the volunteers kept saying, just keep moving. So they pushed us the other way. So I wasn't able to see. I mean, I didn't go backwards to see. I mean, we just wanted to get away. So.
Were you aware that it was an explosion? Well, you said no, huh?
No, and I didn't know what it was, like I said, but when the second one happened, I thought it was an explosion. But then, even then, I didn't think it was a bomb. I thought maybe there was like a gas main, or you think
Like
other
car backfired
things.
or
Yeah,
something?
exactly. That's what I thought.
Mm. Do you feel safe? Well, you already said you feel safe enough to go back.
I do, yeah. I mean, you can't live your life thinking about, bombs going off and people,
What
doing those kind of acts.
What did you feel when you saw the man that did it in the news?
I thought, my gosh, they're so young. I mean, the first thing I thought was they look like
Kids.
kids. They look like the students here at Cerritos College. And as you know, one of them was a college student, and you think, what makes people do that? And why did they pick this place? And, I just, you feel just what happened in their life that made them do that at such a young age.
Mm-hmm. So you were perfect to answer all the questions and more.
Okay.
And I have another question that just came up to me.
Okay.
And what do you think? Do you think it's good or fair that people don't want them to bury one of the guys that did it in their cemetery? They don't want him anywhere.
I don't. Was it because I thought that was because they were trying to do an autopsy? I don't know the.
Because according to what I know, it says that because I don't want him in the same place as other people.
Oh my goodness.
He's
Wow.
already dead, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if that should be taken into account when someone's no longer with us.
Do you think that it's helpful that they catch the guy, the other brother?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is interesting that they have him to talk to and find out.
Because they had planned another
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you so much.
You're
And I was going to
welcome.
ask you, do you have your medal with you?
I don't have my medal with me. I have it at home.
Can you bring it so we could take a picture of it?
Okay, yeah. I could actually send you a picture.
Oh, okay.
I
That would
mean,
be
that
best.
way, I could bring it tomorrow, but I don't know if you want to come to campus, but I could take a picture of it. I could take a picture of my number
Yeah, that
and
would
the
be
medal.
amazing.
How's that?
Good. Thank
Okay,
you.
Cool.